Hi, I am Cesar Santos and I am traveling by train across the United States. We just got here to Chicago. Good morning. Now we're gonna head out to the museum, the Art Institute. They're having an exhibition by Sargent, so I wanna check that out and see if I can do some sketches in there. First, we need to have breakfast, Vale. Let's go, I'm hungry. Behind me is the Art Institute of Chicago. We only have a couple of hours here in the city. I'm looking forward to checking out the Sargent's exhibition. I'm thinking of drawing in front of the painting to kind of get a grasp of it, study it while I draw it. Maybe on the train I will be able to put the colors of gouache on top of my drawings that I'll be working here. Let me see if I can do a video in there hiding or something, because they don't let me record in there. Does this art piece remind you of anything? No? The Sistine Ceiling, Vale. The Sistine Ceiling with all the figures echoing humanistic ideas and principles. And this reminds me of that because this is in the middle of the park. Everybody comes around and see themselves. Instead of having idealized figures on the Sistine Ceiling like Michelangelo did, this in turn is just a reflection of ourselves and our society. So sometimes contemporary art can have that power, and I love this piece. We're back in the train, getting out of Chicago. We made it on time.
And once again, we do not have a Wi-Fi. There is no Wi-Fi on this train. Please keep your eyes open, and if you see something, Thanks,
draw
Tom.
something. They didn't let us record in the museum. We tried doing a little, a couple of videos here and there, but I couldn't talk to you guys. I got to draw in front of the paintings and copy them to study them. It's a good exercise because you get to go with a different medium and represent something and depict something that is already being filtered by the artist. With a pencil, it's a second layer of interpretation because not only the painter interpreted the model on the sitter or the world around him, but then he filtered that, created an image, then I'm drawing that already filtered image with a different medium. That way you also get to focus and meditate on the brushwork and interpret those brush works with the graphite. The museum for us, for artists, is not a place to go and be the spectator from outside looking at a painting and seeing the story. We're supposed to dream into it, imagine, relate to the artist that was doing it, and think what aspect of his is part of what you want to be, So then, so when I look at a painting in a museum, I kind of imagine me painting it. And sometimes I look to the side, I think of the model sitting there, catching light in a naturalistic, realistic way. Then suddenly I imagine painting that, and then there's the master's painting that I'm looking at in the museum. Another exercise is to just stand there and draw it. So I did these two drawings. The portrait worked a little bit more. I have more markings. Maybe I need to erase it a little bit to not have the drawing call the attention. But since I like the drawings, I like the look of it, I might just leave it and touch it very lightly with a wash medium. We're about to cross the Mississippi River. So we're that little blue dot jumping into Iowa. Nothing more fun than doing an outline of watercolor in a train shaking. I stopped working on this to let it dry, had dinner. Now the night is here. I'm going to go over some edges and blend them to soften it, but I don't want to overwork it. I like the simplicity of it as it is now. So I'm just gonna get water with no paint and blend them and work on the edges and do edge quality, because a work of art can be finished at any level if you treat the lines, the values, the colors, and the edges, regardless of depth in which you go into them. Regardless of that, if you treat them, they can look finished. So that's why a sketch can look finished, because a sketch didn't need the color, so it was absent, but whatever was there was controlled, was treated, was you paid attention to it. So now let's soften these edges. since this medium is water-based, I don't want to overwork it. I want to just keep it simple, have the drawing, I'm practicing that, then putting a couple of memories of colors, and that's enough. You can get a quick, fresh effect with gouache, even though we're copying and imitating oil paintings. This is the first time, by the way, that I'm doing a copy. The other works were just original stuff as I was traveling. This is the first time I do a copy because I went to a museum and I was so inspired by Sargent, and I wanted to experiment with that loose manner. It has been a deep traveling experience, thinking and meditating with our art and our lives. So it's been great. Thank you, Valentina. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow we have a long day ahead of us.